Republicans could have come to the table and made a deal in a way that worked on ICE, but they didn't want to. Why? Because it's a position of strength that they believe in the policy of what they call law enforcement. And of course, the Democrats see this as their only ability to show a muscular resistance. And so you suffer. TSA workers suffer. Okay, lines are getting longer, but just as importantly, you know, TSA is not a valet, all right? This all came out of what we lived through after 9/11, all right? And it has a purpose. My next guest says, chaos isn't just inconvenient, it is dangerous, and he can prove it. Joining me now, former TSA administrator, former deputy FBI director, John Pistole. It's good to see you. You know, my people would, of course, call you Pistole, but I'll go with Pistole because, you know, forget about it.
That's right.
So,
good
sir,
with you, Chris.
What is your level of concern? Forget about inconvenience. That's obvious. Why does this matter more than the politics?
Well, there's a number of issues at play here, Chris, and unfortunately it's not play. It's very serious business because as you show, these long queues, these long lines, people waiting in line to go through a TSA checkpoint, an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours in some of the major airports around the country. Unfortunately, those are soft targets for potential terrorists who might want to go in and make a name for themselves simply by going in. It's not a secure area. Obviously, they could go in with a gun and shoot the place up or take baggage in, luggage with explosives, as this has in airports around the world in the past, and set off the device either with them there or just as they walk away and blow it up. And so it's a very unfortunate, as you mentioned, about TSA is a pawn in this political battle. And the TSA officers who are not getting paid, they're the ones who are suffering with the U.S. traveling public. The other side of this is the cyber threats that Iran poses that we just saw in the news in the last 24, 36 hours about Iran-backed hackers trying to get in U.S. and getting into some U.S. companies. The concern there as it relates to onboard avionics, and could they do something to cause the air traffic control systems and the onboard avionics that the pilots and flight crew have, could those be compromised somehow? So it's both the kinetic, if you will, the bombs and bullets concern, but also the cyber concern. So twofold in my mind.
So an obvious point for people with your pedigree is that us going to war with Iran, right or wrong, changed the security profile, and this is now a terrible time for this particular shutdown. Not only does it not affect ICE, which is really the targeted aspect of the agency, but there is a vulnerability. How so?
Yeah, clearly, because look, with 90 million people in Iran and at least 10 million in the diaspora, however many millions of Iranian nationals in the U.S. and in surrounding areas, most of them, sure, peaceful, love-abiding people, but there are some who may have felt like they were a victim somehow, as we saw with the Lebanese individual who lost some people in Lebanon recently and went on a shooting rampage. The same thing with Iranians who might be looking at a way of making a payback, if you will. And what can they do? And what a great venue from a terrorist standpoint or just a disgruntled person standpoint, where news crews are out in airports every day filming. What a great way to capture the attention of the American people and globally to say the U.S. aviation system is not secure. Don't fly. Don't go to the U.S. It hurts the economy. And so, of course, with World Cup and then in 2 years, the Olympics coming up in L.A., those things matter because it gets to the business of America and how well we can host people coming in from around the world.
Understood. We're raising the odds. We're messing with the probabilities by reducing our ability to detect and prevent. Mr. Pistole, thank you very much for explaining it to the audience. I wish you a good weekend.
Thank you, Chris. You too.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.